The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I am one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
F.U.Hunter. What's up, bitches?
You're like a fucking ball and chain, dude.
What? Till the end. Till the end. Yes.
I feel like I say with me as always is. It's like kind of like drag. Like, oh God, this fucking
Yeah.
no, but in reality, so like there's a lot of times where he's pulling me, so it's how that fucking works, you know.
And what times are those?
Stop with the all shit.
Aw.
Fucking rip your fucking.
This concept of love confuses me, so.
Confuses
This
and
concept of
infuriates.
love.
Thank you. I was looking at Murphy to help me out with that.
Concept of love.
Maybe we should introduce the person who just helped me with that line from Futurama.
Yeah.
Oh, is it me? Is it my turn?
Yes.
It's Murphy. Although, to be fair, I could just be lurking weirdly around the studio at this point.
As we're
because
recording. And
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found this microphone. Can I hook it up?
I don't even need to hook it up. I'm just here in the corner. Don't mind me. You don't. Shh. Just let it happen
That's
naturally.
like the worst kind of creepy too, though.
Thank you.
Because they're just like there. You're like, I mean, you didn't even say hi. You just kind of like poof.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, I sort of said hi.
Oh man.
It was a good entrance, and you.
I do. So tonight we're going to be talking about the best and worst, because there have been some doozies.
Oh.
Mothers of horror. We I know we fucked up. The idea didn't cross my mind until it hit the June and it was Father's Day. Oh, I'm a piece of shit. I know, but I'm just apologizing now because I know the internet could potentially have a fucking outcry. We said last year when we did the best and worst dads of horror, we would make up for it this year. So, because in the horror world there have been a lot
Oh, yeah.
of very poignant
Oh my God.
fucking mothers for both the cause, good and bad, right? And we're just gonna go over our basically I think our favorite, and I feel like there's gonna be similarities, obviously, but I'm 100% sure there's gonna be some one-offs we each bring to the mix too.
Oh, I think so.
So, and I don't even know how to start off this, man, because there's like
Let's
I
go.
have-
Can we?
I have a solid movie. Well, solid is a very, very loose term to put this, but the film is actually called Mother's Day.
the trauma film.
The trauma film.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
debating about putting that on the list
Oh, I
because
totally
it's
did.
technically not a horror movie, but it's a horror movie.
Dude.
There's a very long rape scene. It's not cool at all.
They basically rape her to death, and their mother is like, "Now get the Polaroid," and that's what
laughing,
their
yes.
signal is.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
they
disgusting.
do it
She
in front
loves
of her
her
as like
kids.
their entertainment.
Yes.
and then they've already tortured her friends, who then come back to get revenge by murdering the two brothers and the mom. So I would definitely say that while it is trauma, it would definitely be horrific. to
Mother's
someone.
Day is a movie that any of our listeners, if you have not seen it and you go to watch it, be ready.
Giant
It's trigger warnings all day. That fucking movie is hardcore.
But it's trauma, so.
No, it's not trauma hardcore. It's like a different level of hard. It's not normal trauma.
I understand. I'm just saying.
So it's associated with trauma because they produced it, and it's Charles Kaufman, Lloyd Kaufman's brother, who's the one that directed it. But I think it's trauma adjacent, which is why it has sort of the feel of like what they're trying to do with like low budget and still trying to do like decent storylines and trying to make these films happen, but it doesn't have the charm of a lot of trauma movies.
No, it's dirty.
It's
yeah.
just
Dingy, man. It's like
Yeah.
because you're right. Like so, with that movie, like the intro, you're like they're at church and the mama of the family is there, and she's like, "Praise the Lord! Oh, I love my boys," and this and that, and then like there's some hitchhikers who want to give her a ride home from church, and literally within that happens in the first 5 minutes. The boys stop the car and whack, and you see like a head roll, and I mean Trauma has always had is known for having gore, but also being campy. And Mother's Day doesn't really have a lot of camp. It's a lot of uncomfortableness.
It's I'm going to need to take a shower after watching.
It's a lot of dirty. It's a lot of dirty.
The only reason I say Trauma is because there's another Trauma movie called Father's Day.
Oh yeah,
that,
which
again,
you have not watched yet.
I've watched enough of it to know.
You just finished the fucking movie.
It's pretty rough, man.
All right, I'm saying it now, listeners. You're hearing this in May. That is on the chopping block in June.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to fucking finish that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, I'm all
so
about
dirty.
that director's stuff right now. So
It's so dirty.
yeah,
Oh.
but that's what I'm saying is it's pretty much on the same level as Mother's Day.
Yeah, and good pull on that because I literally was debating that, but the more we talk about it, that movie's rough, man.
It is.
Like the whole rape, because the rape scene's not just like rape, which is horrific enough. It's like role playing rape.
Yep.
That's a whole other different level of. It's just,
Yep.
woo.
It's that. It's them taking pictures. It's their mother seated in a lawn chair watching all of this like it's television. And then it's them finding their friend who is still sort of alive in their dresser.
Yeah. There's a level of vengeance in that movie that, and people could say they've seen, I've spit on your grave, and the original Hills Have Eyes, and there's vengeance there. There's a hatchet to the balls, bro. Yeah. Like, and it's not nice. It's not like they're not nice about it, dude. It's rough,
At
man.
that point, I wouldn't be nice either. I probably would, to be honest, I'd probably do worse.
So we can actually say this is probably the real vengeance movie because aside from Hills Have Eyes, where she bit dude's dick off, that
or Last House.
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant The Last House. Sorry, not Hills Have Eyes. The original Last House, where she bit dude's dick off, and was like, I'm thinking I Spit on Your Grave, where she slices him. That's what I meant. Not Hills Have Eyes, I Spit on Your Grave. But
genital mutilation all around.
Originally, watching that film, when I was thinking about adding it to the list, I didn't think the real horror aspect came in till the very last scene, because the mom always talks about her sister Queenie.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And at the very last scene, Queenie, presumably, because you don't know, but it's Queenie.
Yeah.
Jumps out of the bushes to attack the survivors, and you're like, oh fuck, there's Queenie, and that's the ultimate scene of the movie for the the finale. So that's part of why I didn't categorize it as horror. But if you look back on the film, it's a lot of human condition horror.
I'd put it pretty
twisted motherfuckers.
It's a lot of.
Have you watched it all the way through,
suffering.
Hunter?
I had to take breaks. That thing.
Wait, you had to take breaks?
Wow.
There's certain
can I admit
movies.
something?
Yeah.
The first time I saw the movie, I was like 7, and I watched it all the way through.
Wow.
That explains so much.
That's not bragging. I'm just saying,
Do you want another hug?
It's not coming from a bragging point, but
His parents
I
rented
didn't
a
know what it
video.
was, and I put it in. Mom wasn't working. I'm like, but then I'm like, it's horror, it's fake.
I want to look to see if there was some 90s
real life situation. So it actually it helped me with my understanding of people who have been through those situations, because I saw a satire version of it. So when someone tells me like this happened, I'm like, I can set aside like the fear part of it and be like, hey, what you need, bro? What you need from me?
I just like to think that there was some
you've been dealing with some
90s
shit.
Stupid comedy called Mother's Day, and that your mom rented that and put that in and then walked away and went, all right, I heard this must be pretty funny. And then
But we had the VHS full cover with the mom holding the fucking head in the box, and we had the full OG version of that film, dude. There was no
there's
denying
gotta be
it.
some shitty 90s comedy that's
There was
Mother's
a remake in like the teens, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Mother's Day remake. That'd be a future
A
killer or
loose
filler.
one of this one.
Yeah, it's a
right?
loose one. Yeah. We'll touch on that.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that. But that's a good way to start, because I was really on the fence with that film. I really was.
That film, I don't necessarily know that I would actually recommend it to people.
No, we're
ever.
not telling you to watch
Enemies,
that.
you can recommend
No.
Enemies.
I'm just saying that it is a film that has this
If
title.
you want to watch it, it's of your own volition.
Just know that any of like the vague trigger warnings, whatever description you read gives you, I need you to maximize that.
It is fucking rough.
Yeah.
I mean, we gush about a lot of movies on this podcast, and like, oh, it's fucking no, this movie, trigger warnings abound. Like, it is a fucking harsh movie to watch.
And to be honest, the kills don't make up for how uncomfortable the movie is.
Which makes it even worse.
I know.
Yeah.
Because it's just so you're like literally it's like 85 minutes of uncomfortable.
Yep.
That's all it is. Good call though, Murph.
If I
Thank you.
wanted to be that uncomfortable during a movie, I would just dig my grandmother's body up and watch Hellraiser with her again.
Oh, fuck.
That's sharing a moment.
I would just dig up her body and watch Hellraiser. It's cool. That's where we're at with this fucking movie, people. Okay, we're not joking. It's a rough one.
So let's go back to a happier time. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the '60s, and just a nice innocent woman driving to stay at a hotel, and a boy that wanted to introduce her. He's talking to his mom, and probably when I think of moms and horror, one of the top ones is Psycho.
Oh yeah.
To Norma Bates.
That's right.
So now Hunter is on to something with that because Norma Bates is one of the worst fucking horror mothers. But she was only portrayed by two actresses. Psycho 4, the beginning, which was Olivia Hussey, who was also grown-up Bev in the 1990 It movie.
Oh.
And then Vera Farmiga. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm sorry. I suck at this. She is the wife in the Conjuring series.
Yeah, I was going to say, she was Conjuring and...
She was in The Departed. She's been in a bunch
of
stuff. She plays her in the Bates Motel series.
Okay.
Which I've never watched. I mean...
It's good. I watched it.
Yeah.
It's good. I enjoyed it. The closest to, I think, the demented Norma Bates we get is in Psycho 4. Like, in the show, they focus more on Norman than her.
I mean, fair.
You know?
But that's the whole thing is just even the OG movie, you still, her presence dominates
She
that
raised
movie.
a psychopathic fucking
Absolutely.
killer.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's something that is a frequent theme of the lasting imprint that parents in general, but particularly mothers have on children through horror in one way or another, whether it's that they think their mother was the greatest person alive and they died in this horrible way and then, that's their vengeance point, or it has left such a deep familial trauma scar that it now affects everything they do in one way or another.
Agreed on that. And with boys, there's data. There's so much data and scientific studies have done through psychology that that is like the number one thing. If you want a fucked up son, be a fucked up mother. That's
A boy's best friend is his mother.
exactly. Thank you. But it's like you can't argue it. Like you can't argue the stats. Like there's so much studies when they started finding like serial killers and came up with the terminology and they started studying the patterns.
Nature
it all
versus
goes
nurture.
back to fucking moms, dude. For dudes, women do tend to be fathers. Like it's just like the opposite of the thing that you are. That is like you're looking up to for the opposite of how you. It's almost like you want knowledge from the part of the world that you aren't. And when that part's not there, it causes trauma because you only know part of the society that you're supposed to live in. Does that make sense? I feel like that's kind of where I'm at. What I understand with that. That's where I understand. And that's just me.
And I think it also has to do with looking at your parents as, your guide for how you are supposed to see the world in general. Like
Truth.
how
Yes.
do I become a person? Like, what am I supposed to do? And you're looking at the people around you to essentially copy them to figure out what you're doing. Because otherwise, like, I think, left in the wild, if we don't fucking die, we're going to be a very different being than we are if we're raised, around other human beings. And then from there, we can go and divide. And there is something between the nature versus nurture, because there is something to be said for, genuine psychological damage prior to upbringing. But in the cases of, like, let's go real life and say Mary Bell, child serial killer, who the bad seed is based off of, her mom fucked her up. Like, that is 100% something that we can't ignore in that case.
You're 100% right. Very, very, yes.
And a
very
great
true.
example of that is Carrie.
Yes.
I mean, her mom just pushes and
Her nurture was
pushes.
not
Yeah.
nurture.
Yeah, Bible. Everything you do is wrong. I mean, to the point where she makes her feel like utter shit for having her period. Like,
Or having
like,
breasts.
Yeah.
Having breasts. Natural biological shit that happens.
They're
You
called
got
breasts,
tits.
mama.
Yeah, they're not dirty pillows. Like, fuck, you've got them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the
You
speech
can't
with
be.
the
You should
period.
never feel. You should never feel negative about your biology. What the fuck, man? Like, that's what these people are. Oh, sorry.
Carrie is a movie that makes me so sad to watch now because, like, you know, when I first watched it when I was younger, I watched it as a horror movie where I was just like, oh my gosh, all these people. And it is great, but it is not a horror movie in the way that I went into it when I was younger thinking it was.
Oh, I gotcha.
And then now when I watch it, I see a young woman who desperately is trying to figure out where she can find some sort of love and acceptance, and everywhere she turns, it is sliced from her horrifically. And when she goes back to the person who is supposed to be her safety zone, even through all the insanity, even through everything she puts her through, she is supposed to be her mother. It is the ultimate betrayal for her.
That's why right after Blood's on her, the thing that runs through her head and distorts her view of what's actually going on is her mom saying they're all going to laugh at you.
Yep.
And she sees everybody laughing at her, and that's what pushes her over the edge. And it was that her mom said, like, that I kind of told you so, but that her warped mind made it that way.
Exactly. And I want to just bring up at least the ones that I have listed, the mothers we're talking about. You know, we just went Carrie. We've got Margaret White, who was played by Piper Laurie. And amazing role. And also in the remake in 2013, we had Julianne Moore.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was thinking redhead.
Julianne Moore
redhead,
took
she was
on
in
the
Boogie Nights.
role of Margaret White in the remake.
And she did a good job, too.
She did. She did a great job. But yeah, there's just like this level of just, it was almost like feeling you need to be guilty for being a woman in that movie.
Right.
Like, as soon as she's coming of age, like, she had your period, all the boys will come, they smell the blood. I'm like,
They come
you made
like
it so much dirtier than it needed to be by saying that. Like, you literally made it, like, any dude who had, like, any kind of weird thing about that, if they watched that movie, you could have totally fucked them up for that or read the book because they're like, oh, they smell the blood. Oh, the blood. It's like, what? No.
Well,
like,
when in the original, when her mom, when she goes into explaining how she pretty much got pregnant with Carrie.
Oh, you dirty.
It was
dirty thing
so
in me.
creepy the way she explained.
yeah.
She's like,
Disgusting.
and I wanted it for a second. It was
And
just
I
like,
liked it.
And I liked it, and I was
what?
sinful
You know
for that
why?
1 minute.
Because sex is amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Sometimes sex is amazing. Let's be very real here.
Yes.
Sometimes sex is awkward.
But
And then sometimes sex is just wrong.
But she also was so heavy on Carrie because of her quote quote sinning.
Right.
And so Carrie represents that one time she broke down and
Yeah.
Carrie is her
Let's say,
sin.
yeah.
I'll correct that. Consensual sex is amazing.
Yes, thank
And
you.
I will be very adamant about that. Consensual sex is amazing. Two people that want to be close to each other and experience that, you literally cannot fucking beat that feeling. You can't. Like,
So the only caveat I'm going to put in this is if you think you're having consensual sex and then it turns out to be that scene in Midsummer where everybody is gathering around you making the
it's
awe
not
noises.
consensual sex.
Well, they consented, the two people, and then it got weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out of here.
What is happening?
Yeah. But no, yeah, Margaret White is definitely one of the worst mothers in horror.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta like name some good ones, man. We got a couple good ones. We got look, we've got Chris McNeil from The Exorcist.
Okay.
Played by Ellen Burstyn. She tried everything. She got her ass handed to her by her daughter.
And by William Friedkin.
Yeah. Trying to save and get the demon out.
And that one's interesting because she's this actress. I mean, she's well known. She has all like everything you can to try to help her daughter, and nothing matters. She's like a regular person. Like, you know, like she spends all this money for CAT scans and all this stuff, and it doesn't matter. Like her celebrity doesn't affect her helping her daughter.
I wonder if that's a speak to just how like money doesn't fix everything, and like if you but it's back in the 70s, dude. You gotta think about that. Like some of this stuff I never looked at when I was watching it as like a metaphor or a different way to tell a story, but looking at it now as an adult where I don't necessarily look for it, but like it just comes to me more naturally. Like, what are they? Is that what they're trying to say there? Or like, mental illness is a thing, and like money can't fix that shit. You've got to fucking do the work to at least help the person you love to get through, like adapt to that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, in the 70s, we also have to remember exactly where we were with mental health because we still had almost all of those, like what we think of as like the nightmare asylums. A lot of them were still open. People were still crammed in. People were still being treated like.
Electroshock was the solution to everything.
Yeah,
stuttering, electroshock. Yeah, like
the last ice pick lobotomy happened in the late 60s. Like that's the last. That's a thing.
They show that shit in
So
shows and movies like it was like 1800s, but the 1960s.
Yeah,
Fuck,
dude,
man.
That was when the last one was performed.
That's horrific.
God damn.
Like
It is not
that's
that long
fucking...
ago. It is not nearly long enough ago for me.
50 years. We're looking at like 50 some years. That's it. 50 years. That's bullshit. Like that's barbaric. As fuck.
The first person that got an ice pick lobotomy didn't even know they were going in for one.
Oh.
She went in with her husband to have her depression
Is that the
cured.
one where they go through the eye?
Yeah, they go in through the ocular socket.
Oh god, no.
Well, it probably did cure her depression and
a lot of other things.
and
feelings and anything. No, but like ice pick lobotomy, like through the eye. No, I'm good. I know exactly what that is. I'm good.
Another good mom I'll throw out there. Donna Trenton from Cujo.
Fucking D. Wallace, baby.
Yep.
D. Wallace. Now, I put her, for me, in my list, I put her in the middle because they probably would have had that issue taken care of sooner if, and it's not just her fault. Her and the husband had worked some stuff out and, she wasn't fucking somebody else. And she also gets put in the middle because she clearly wasn't thinking about her family and more predominantly her kid if she wasn't, while she was taking some other dude's dick. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think she was
Am I wrong?
planning for a rabid dog.
Hold on. Am I wrong? It's not about just being married and like this simple little wife. It's like no, like my wife and I, we have hard conversations, right? We have hard conversations. Like you grow. Like if there is ever a point where like you are thinking about stepping outside of the marriage,
that's a conversation.
That's a fucking conversation. Like you don't just step outside of the marriage. And if you have a kid, if you're thinking about the kid, like you leave before like disgracing the other member of the family that he's supposed to respect as well. Because it's not just like she and her husband. It's like, well, should I respect dad because I know mom was going to see Dude Man. So like, should I respect dad as because mom? It's more of like a barrier thing. And she did not give a fuck about her family when she was getting fucked by the fucking home improvement guy. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's like a barrier for me. She's not a perfect great mom. No. When it came down to it, the mother instinct, fight or flight, yes. But
this was the majority of the movie's about, though.
But her day-to-day life, she was a shit mom.
Yeah, but I mean, she
came through in one of the worst moments at the very least.
True.
Look,
no, I give her that.
Morals correct? Okay, that's
she could have just dipped and been like, good luck.
Yeah.
But did she say...
If she left the car, she would have gotten chased down by Cujo.
That's true.
Yeah. She had no choice. She had to stay in the car with her kid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But she also didn't, toss the kid out the window. All right? She wasn't like, here, feed on him so I get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
That's a better one. It's like, feed on the kid while I run away.
See, if she did that, bad mom.
If you've got to break it down to that level, then she's not the all-star mom.
But she didn't do that, so... She gets the 1-star mom. She's a 1-star.
She's a 2.5-star mom.
Yeah, she's not an all-star.
2.5 out of 5. She's a middle of the road mom.
So I have a couple that I think fall into that category of good mom, and then the last one, the one I'm going to mention last, is a complicated mix and a very important person to talk about. One of them that I'm just going to bounce on is Rose from Silent Hill, because she goes to the ends of the earth for her adopted daughter. She's not even biologically her mother. She just wants to help this child find out where her nightmares are coming up from, figure out if they can fix it, find out what she needs to know, and then goes basic through hell to find her child and to save her and do what she needs, do that. And then there's levels of motherhood in there where we can talk about Christabella and how fucked up she is as her priest motherhood figure to all of the cult members.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in there for how mother is represented and how intense it can be between someone who is nurturing and caring and someone who has that guise but is ultimately not with their best interest.
And no, fair.
Someone who's willing to burn a child alive.
Yeah, you've got to and then you're going to where all right, where are we? where's the scale balance at with that?
Right.
I feel like this is a good middle ground with that. It's kind of going through the ones that kind of breach both worlds, because we talked about it outside, but I gotta say Toni Collette's portrayal in Hereditary, she definitely crosses the boundaries.
Before we get to that, because
you have another one?
I actually have two. One is Diane from Poltergeist, who's fucking great.
Oh, Freeling, yes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Diane, yes, Freeling, yes.
Yes.
She fucking goes in the fucking like.
But she has no negative to me. She just like
No, she doesn't have a
just
negative.
goes
She was
balls to
one
the
of
wall.
She's one of like the heroes that I see, where she figures out what's happening
Mm-hmm.
and she puts herself in the way to try to save her child.
She does.
Multiple
100%.
times.
We brought
Dad up
Coach
last
up.
year,
We brought
yeah.
Coach up on Dad. So because he's Coach. That's what I know him at. That's why I'm in Coach before I saw Poltergeist. So
Fair. And the last mom that I want to talk about before we get to Toni Collette's character, because I think that the parallels between them are interesting for how matrilineal trauma works, is Laurie Strode.
God damn it! Oh, I was the only one going to bring that shit up.
Why can't we high five?
Again,
It'll happen.
nerds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, nerds too. It's like I got that the thing. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter because what matters is being recorded vocally. Fucking who gives a shit? Because no one gives Laurie Strode credit in 2018 for being a badass mother. Everyone's like,
God.
"Oh, we took her daughter away," and then what happens at the end? All that training she got, she was all fake crying and shit. Like, gotcha, bitch.
Yep.
Like, if she hadn't had that, what the fuck?
It is, but it's also it's a multi-layered thing because it's the trauma between her and her daughter, and then how she now relates to her granddaughter, and how her mother translates the trauma between the two of them, and how this comes full circle once once that nightmare is real, it becomes a very different situation.
Once that nightmare is real, it becomes, oh no, I got you, mom. Like,
Right.
I understand what
The
you were
moment-
doing.
Right.
the
Because
moment you always
Laurie
told me about.
always knew that motherfucker would
Right.
find a way out.
Oh yeah.
And once he does, all this shit makes sense now.
Oh yeah.
And you can't.
But she's
yeah.
lived with that for years, trying to build her life as a regular person while also preparing
And not
for
being
the
bad
day.
shit. And not being
Yeah.
bad not being completely bad shit.
Well, yeah.
But let's be real. Like still like being sociable like as much as she can.
Yeah, she's
You know?
she's agoraphobic at this point with fair reason.
Yeah.
You know?
No one else like to be fucking stalked. I mean, think about it. Like, everyone's like, oh, he just went across the street. I'm like, dude, have you ever had somebody try to kill you and not stop?
Yep.
That's what she went through.
And then
that's-
find out he killed all of your friends.
Yeah.
And
I can't even fathom that. I really can't.
And
Like, I
what's
can't.
great is that with them revamping it, saying she's not his sister.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
But that's what I'm
So
saying is
good.
it makes
Thank
it so
fucking God.
she
Yeah.
understands the randomness of his attack. And
He's
that
just
it could
fucking
happen again
Yeah.
without
crazy.
being like, well, Big Brother's gonna come get me.
He's
Oh my
just
God.
fucking crazy. He is
Yeah. And
literally.
And that's what makes
insane.
that work so well.
Yeah, it does.
That's honestly okay. This is a whole different diatribe. Rewatched the second one recently, and I was so fucking angry because they took away all of her agency in the second movie, where all of a sudden she's helpless and can't do anything for her fucking self, and everyone is blaming Donald Pleasance for
Hold on.
fucking him escaping. This is goddamn
I will.
nonsense.
I'll give Deborah Hill and John Carpenter credit for this because they didn't want to fucking do Halloween 2.
No, he did not. No,
And they fucking were basically like, we'll keep adding money until you do it. And they were like, he said when he was writing Halloween 2, it took him getting home, drinking a 6-pack, and then writing to finish the movie.
Look, I'm not.
That's how excited he was about writing Halloween 2.
I'm not necessarily blaming Carpenter.
I know
for its
you're not. It's just
existence.
like
I'm
I
just
feel the need
saying,
to protect him.
Which
I'm
is
not
an easy
attacking
answer.
Carpenter. I'm just angry about the film because you can tell he didn't want to write it.
I do still enjoy Halloween 2. I don't hate that film. I don't.
It's
I don't.
hard. It's hard to
The
watch.
problem is that's a easy, like, we're desperate trope that happens in horror movies is the sibling connection,
No.
either with that or, say, Friday 13th with, the sister and the family that shows up and Jason Goes to Hell, or the daughter in Nightmare on Elm Street, and all these, let's put a sibling. And, like, at least Carpenter did it first.
Friday the
At least
13th
Carpenter did it
the
first.
Friday the 13th had it great where they were just like, no, we're not going to have a sibling. We're just going to have the same character arc where we've got young Tommy, trauma fucking psychotherapy Tommy, and then adult, I'm just fucking nuts
Those
Tommy.
are good. I'm talking about Goes to Hell.
But what I'm saying is, like, Friday the 13th, you said as much as they had Goes to Hell, they also had it the best out of all the main boogeymen was like, they were just like, let's follow the same person through this.
Oh, yeah.
Versus instead of making it like family, like Halloween 4 comes out, oh, it's the niece, and I'm just saying,
Visibly
like,
drooping.
Friday the 13th is the only one that actually, it's the only one that actually kept it with the same person for extended movies, where it was like his progression as a person.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's really cool that at least one franchise tried to keep it within one person's mental, like,
All right.
Fair. But from there, I do want us to go to Hereditary.
Well,
we're Friday the 13th. Can we talk about Pamela Voorhees? Fucking shit.
Okay, fine.
I was waiting. I'm like, hey guys, anybody gonna like just bite a little bit? No, nobody.
I got so focused on
kill him, mommy. Kill him, mommy.
Yeah, dude. The first Friday the 13th, like she is totally justified. I'm sorry, like, if you are a piece of shit who's not doing their fucking job and your kid fucking dies, if my kid died, I would, dude. But you would never see me again. I'd be in jail or dead.
But they weren't the ones directly responsible. They just have the same occupation of the people that had your kid drown. I think you might be going a little. It's like
whatever, dude.
It's like if a Walmart employee fucking spit at you, and then you go to the next Walmart and start kicking employees in the face.
But it wasn't the next Walmart. It wasn't the next Walmart. It was the same camp.
But
it's the same Walmart.
But it's not the same counselors.
Same Walmart.
Different employees, man.
But they were engaging in the same behaviors that caused your child to get killed. And I'm not saying that this is the reaction of a sane person. Because a sane person doesn't whisper, "Kill them, mommy."
Yeah.
No.
Like, but that's just not a thing.
And nor does a sane person, if you lose your child, I feel like you're no longer a sane person for a certain stint.
Not to be a dick, but didn't the people that were technically responsible for her kid drowning never get killed in the entire series? I just want to throw that out there.
No, you're probably right.
Yeah. Literally, the people that were fucking instead of watching Jason drown, they never died. They probably read the newspaper and goes, damn, I'm glad we didn't go back for the next season. Like, fuck. Remember we had that kid drown. For
a fact, or did they just never heard from
you? Think that would have been brought up, or, well, we can do a little prequel action here, folks. Come on. You know what? We've had our Jason basic remake. Why don't we have a Pamela Voorhees a la prequel?
Ooh. Okay. We're like...
And go into her killing those counselors that were actually responsible.
Because it was already called Camp Blood before... And the first one was already called Camp Blood.
Mm-hmm.
It was already Camp Blood.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So that means there's already been something that happened. Oh, god damn.
Like a fucking prequel?
How are we spinning gold on Max?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I like it.
Seriously, let's make this fucking movie.
Let's fucking do that
because,
shit.
I mean, at this point, everybody knows, except for, Drew Barrymore.
Or newbies.
Drew Barrymore
and
in the first Scream movie.
Watch all the shit, learn, do your thing. No offense to newbies, but... newbies.
It's not a surprise that she's the killer in the first Friday the 13th. So run with that. Make a prequel. Show her killing off campgrounds to get her revenge, building up to that confidence where she goes, yeah, give me like one night I can kill 11 people and be fine with it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Spinning gold, baby.
Damn. Spinning gold.
Now, let's go to the movie that I think might potentially be the movie we've mentioned the most since the first episode of this podcast.
Hold on.
Because of how strong it is.
Can I guess? Is it the best or worst, Mom?
Well, I think it's the one we've been waiting to bring up that you started to bring up and then we came back to. She likes to crawl on the ceilings,
that bitch likes to hide in goddamn corners.
Oh yeah. Oh. So that's I already brought it up. We're gonna go back. I guess we're talking about Toni Collette.
That's right.
Hereditary. She is definitely the ultimate mix, bad, worst, worst, best for me because she starts off as like a badass mom, like no, like fucking my mom sucked and I want to protect you from her, and that's why you don't know her that much, and you think like she's doing a good thing. And as the movie goes on, you're like,
she meets mom's friend. Things start to go a little wacky.
She doesn't know that she's mom's friend,
but that's what I'm saying. But
true.
That's she gets influenced
as she finds out, and then eventually you got her in the corner, and she kills her fucking husband, Gabriel Byrne.
Yes,
burnt. Gabriel Burnt.
But she doesn't think that she's killing him. She thinks that she is going to be immolated, and that he needs to be the one to throw it in, and then you'll see.
So everything she does, thing is going to happen to her.
She thinks that it's it's coming back on her. She did not think that her husband was going to die, and by the time she realizes what's actually happening, it is way too late.
Yeah,
her face is pretty horrific in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
she's. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Toni Collette's got some great facial expressions.
She does. She's amazing.
You realize her range because she's the mom in Sixth Sense. And
now you say Satara.
And
She
besides,
plays like 6 characters in United States of Terror.
yeah.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is that
I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but she plays somebody who has split personalities.
It's
And
really
literally
good.
every personality is 100% different. And they actually show her go into a personality multiple times on the show. So she'll be like her normal figure.
Right.
I did quotes there, people. Normal figure. And then like you'll watch her literally transition into one of her personalities. And I feel like for someone who's not schizophrenic, or
she did a good job.
she like just you watched her literally transition into somebody else, and you're like,
Right.
what the fuck? So she is in my mind, she's an amazing actor, like
she
across the board,
Yeah.
stellar. Anybody who has not watched United States Terror needs to watch that. If
But
all
I'm
you've
just
seen is
saying,
the movies,
the range,
they're great, but watch
the
that
range
shit.
of her being the mom in Sixth Sense, and then the mom in Hereditary, you could just see that, like, in the mom in Sixth Sense, she's just like cannot help her son out at all.
Oh,
She's
and she's
frustrated,
timid, and
but
she's
she's
frustrated.
timid, and like it's just one of those things where she doesn't know how to handle anything. And the mom Hereditary is starting to figure things out and try to be strong, and like,
Well, like the first time that, when son gets home and he just parks the car and goes up and goes to sleep, when he wakes up and you hear that fucking scream.
oh my god,
Like, dude, mom is like on it at that point. Like, Toni Collette is on it from there. Like, that scream was, goosebumps.
Guttural.
Fucking goosebumps.
Yeah.
And guttural. Yes.
Yes.
Guttural fucking scream.
Well, like that whole film, like the whole basis of the film is matrilineal generational trauma, and it's and the effect of the effect her mother had on the entire line down from her from not being a mother to Toni Collette's character. And so Toni Collette's character in turn struggling to figure out how to be a good mom and how to interact with her children. And even
That's a
more
whole
so in the
conversation,
wake
though.
of
That's awesome.
grief.
Yeah.
Like and even more so once you start seeing the layers, like she alludes to that her mom had a lot of weird things going on and a lot of hyperfixations with her children to the point where she was taking them away from her and trying to be their mother instead, and to a really intense, weird degree.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it gets weirder, but
It does get it. But no, that's a good point. Like it did a really good job of showing just the lasting trauma through generations, right? All it takes is one shitbird to fuck up a whole lineage
yeah,
of bloodline.
yep.
Like
and demons.
and demons. But
You want to run through just a couple?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You want to go good or bad moms?
well, hold on. Like I was gonna say, tying into that one that shows that how you try to do both. I mean, you got to look at Wendy Torrance, man. She fucking
See, I don't know how to go with that because she does protect.
she protects her kid, and she went into the Overlook thing as a good wife.
But then you get to the end of the movie where luckily Danny's able to full dad because mom's opening doors and screaming at skeletons for the last 10 minutes of the movie, not really helping her son out at all. He kind of is on his own to trick dad
they're
from cutting
called
him off.
hallucinations.
But
I understand.
Okay.
But she's really not doing much to help protect her child at this point, who's being chased by his dad
All
in the
right.
snow.
But at that point, okay, so I don't know that I would stand up well against the Stanley Hotel.
No.
That's true.
Already in possession of someone that it's drawing energy from.
I just think it's the actress and just her holding a knife and just literally everywhere she turns, as you should react that way. But I just like when your kid's out in the snow about to get hacked
Wait,
up.
hold on.
But also, Shelley Duvall was tortured by the director, and at that
I
point,
know.
she is
I
actually
know.
having a mental
Yeah,
breakdown.
That's why it's so
Yeah,
effective.
There's a whole behind the thing with Kubrick and Shelley Duvall. Yeah, that. But so are you blaming fucking Karen Barclay? She just like because she went to a alley dude and bought the fucking Chucky good guy doll that's why her son has been tormented.
I only blame her that she didn't listen to the detective earlier on and
Was it Chris Sarandon?
Yeah.
From Fright Night.
yeah, exactly.
Also, Prince
Was that his name,
Humperdinck.
Sarandon? What is
Yeah,
it?
he's Chris Sarandon,
Yeah.
the voice
Yeah.
of Jack Skellington, Prince
Yeah,
Humperdinck,
yeah.
Jerry.
How about
I was
you?
just making sure.
Yeah.
I was just making
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, she's a good mom. I mean, she's trying to do what she can. She just
No,
picked
yeah.
the wrong fucking good guy doll, you know?
You have,
whoops.
leniency towards something, but you have no leniency towards anything else. What's up with that, Hunter? Yeah.
She's all right. She's all right compared to some of the other moms I would put on.
I will
here.
rapid fire some great moms.
Okay.
I will go with Estelle Collingwood from Last House on the Left,
Okay.
OG, because the remake, she had a different name. Evelyn Abbott from A Quiet Place, played by Emily Blunt, because she's a baller-ass mother. And then Heather Langenkamp in Wes Craven's New Nightmare, because she fucking crushed it, that shit. She's like, fuck you, Freddy. You're not real. That's my son.
Where do we put Amelia from The Babadook?
She's bad.
All right.
She tried to kill her fucking kid, dude.
Right, but up to a point, she
tried to kill. No, as soon as you try to kill your son, you are a bad mother.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm just saying
question
the movie
about
sets
that.
up that she's protective until
She's
it
not.
starts. Yeah, still the beats
Have you seen The Babadook yet?
I have not.
Okay.
It's on my list to watch, but
it's a little rough.
have the feeling that... So I have to be careful about certain imagery because there's certain things that I know will lead to night terrors for me. And so I proceed with caution.
I've read about that, so I think I know where you're going. It's intense.
It's
just
it's weird ways that things are depicted. It's never mind. We'll get into that off air.
But it's a very intense film to watch.
Yeah.
And she's a horrible mother.
Don't worry about spoiling shit for me.
But then that's the thing is that I feel like at first it builds up that you think she's this overprotective mom, and then stuff is revealed. So I think it's that interesting if you were to watch just the first portion of the movie as opposed to the second half of it. So yeah.
Oh, we've got some. I guess some other bad ones. We've got Marge Thompson, fucking. Played by Ronnie Blakely, the original mom in Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm gonna keep it live. She was a shitbird mom, dude. Like, we killed this person. I'm gonna get drunk. Here's the glove. Whatever.
She clearly didn't handle murdering a human being well. I will say, like, she took the steps she needed to try to help her child.
Because she shouldn't be okay with killing people, right?
She wasn't okay with killing people, and then she failed. Like, her brain failed.
Yeah,
yeah. But
and I will say, you should never be okay with killing people.
But
right?
man, can she get herself through a window?
Well, in the original one, it's not pedophile, child murderer.
Yeah, fair enough.
The pedophile thing came out in the fucking
fair enough.
Shit.
But man, can she get herself through a window like that? I mean, they're very impressive.
Oh, wait, you mean that scene that was least cheesy and fun versus the CGI version in the 2010 movie?
Yeah. I just always love the last scene in Nightmare where this little tiny window in the door and her whole body just goes right through it. So. It doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't trying to cut you, but I'm just saying, like, the original series does not talk about pedophilia. It's just strictly like he killed children.
So I read into it a little bit because Nancy's character is not 18, and there's a lot of him reaching up in the bath. And
England was very pervy.
No,
so I think they were trying to alleviate to that, but it wasn't like
it wasn't outright, but it's something that I read into potentially.
And I appreciate that more.
Potentially as the way that I experienced things as a younger femme person, and then having people not withdraw their professed affections once I told them my age, and how weird that felt. That would have been something that I think would make it even creepier for the people involved.
I got you.
So
okay.
So I'm going to throw out a new category here. I'm going to go with best bad/gross mom and go with Vera from goddamn Brain Dead, Dead Alive.
I didn't know anybody had that shit.
I had that on my list
we all had that shit.
Yeah,
yes.
because she's in her own category because she's
a bitch.
Terrible person.
And gross.
And when she gets transformed, and all I have to say is pudding. And see, if you've seen Dead Alive and all you have to say is the word pudding and Vera, and you already instantly get grossed out.
I don't know, man. The two zombies fucking's pretty gross too.
I understand,
fucked by the priest.
I want you to think about the pudding and a spoonful of pus.
Stop.
Oh, it pops. It pops. Yeah.
But to me, she is one of the top moms to mention.
I forgot it popped.
Yeah. And if we're gonna, well, you know what? We got another mom sorted to bring up.
No, yeah.
She stays down the cellar through most of the movie, but
the zombie. God damn it!
Fucking Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Mom, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, I was waiting for Henrietta.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like,
I was letting you introduce that because you're like the
Murphy threw me off a little bit because I thought Murphy was moving to the mic, and then it was reacting to
Henrietta
the
is a mother.
pudding mentioned earlier.
I'm still vomiting.
No, one of our gory, horrific mothers is Ted Raimi in a fat suit with some gore.
Yes.
That's what we have. And it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Henrietta.
And the reveal in Evil Dead when he's like, and that's why I locked her in the cellar. As Ash is in the cellar, he went, oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. That's fuck, man. That's a good fun one.
Have we brought up any moms that want to murder their children? Say, like the mom in The Omen or Rosemary's Baby.
Well, she doesn't want to murder her kid. She just doesn't want the cult to have possession of her.
That's
child.
true.
She doesn't want to murder.
But let's just say moms that know that their children are actually evil, not just you know.
We also need to discuss like mothers as vessels at that point,
All right.
because as like the intermediary of evil, like an unwilling participant in things that either they have no knowledge that they're participating in.
The Void.
And the Omen 3 Final Conflict and 4 The Awakening, where we have
The
Damien
Awakening was
Chazelle.
so bad though.
Which
one has Sam Neill in it?
The third
3.
one, Final Conflict.
3. That was
Which is the one where they're killing all the babies just to make sure they get
It's the Final
Conflict with Sam Neill.
They just keep killing babies.
They just keep
killing babies. Yeah, all right.
But 4 is just not good. This is not a good movie.
It still has that moment. Also, I love really bad horror movies, so I'm not a good judge.
I mean, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Like, I get it. But like, as far as the Omen franchise goes, it's
not the one I would recommend the most. It's one that I wish they would have done a better job on because it had a really good concept.
The concept was good. The New Awakening, it had a good concept.
Yeah.
It did.
And this last one I'm really gonna throw out. We gotta have some fun in our horror movies sometimes. And there's no more fun mom than Serial Mom.
Oh, shit.
Damn it.
Come on, you gotta bring her up.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're talking about fun horror movies and fun moms. You have missed a couple. What about Women? People Under the Stairs.
Oh, goddamn it, yeah.
Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
that
creepy.
movie is fucked.
Yeah.
Have you seen People Under the Stairs?
I have not.
Murph? I hope you're taking a list of because that movie is
That's what I do when I listen to your podcast.
That's really good 90s horror, and I can't say that about a lot of 90s horror.
Very 90s horror.
That is very 90s, but it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ving Rhames is in that
With hair.
shit with hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds like an action figure, by the way. Vig Rhames with hair.
One of the characters' name's Daddy.
You'll recognize him from
Silver Bullet
and Hellraiser.
He plays the unfucked up Frank, the actual brother. Yes.
Okay.
So they actually, I think, so it's Wes Craven. He's like, wait, I understand this is the 90s, horror's going to shit. Let me pull in some like 80s horror shit going. Let me make this better. But yeah, Woman from People Under the Stairs is definitely one to take note of. And Mama Firefly, she's a terrible fucking mother.
Oh, yeah.
She's a trash can.
I mean, her kids loved her, but she's fucked.
Yeah, look where her kids loving her got her, right? Like,
plus it's Karen Black.
I didn't
who
say it
just
went well.
Freaks me
Karen
out.
Black, yeah.
There's something always weirds me out with her.
But Rob Zombie like played on that shit. Though.
I know.
He played on that shit.
Because I go back to her being in Invaders from Mars, and she looked something off in that movie, and that's mid '80s. And she kept the look going up through the Rob Zombie time.
I think she just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just her. That's just her.
So, Annie.
I will say no one's brought up. I know this isn't classified as the horror one of the series, but it's still a fucking like action horror, and I got to bring it up. We got to talk about the Queen. The alien queen from Aliens.
Ooh.
She was
debated about that.
Yes.
I did too, but I'm like, no, dude, she is like going at it. But at the same response with Aliens, you got to bring up
Fucking Ripley.
Because she's protecting adopted girl.
Yeah,
right.
Mother's protector at that point.
There you go.
I mean,
exactly.
You want to get technical,
creator of
the name of the ship in First Alien, Mother.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm just like, there is a lot of
Mother kind of fucks everybody.
But there is a lot of Mother reference across the series in Alien. There really is, all the way to Alien Covenant.
Yep.
There's like parental like birth. I don't know.
There's a lot of birthing imagery.
A lot of birthing imagery.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but like I was trying to keep it to the kind of like the original and like Ripley, and the cutscene helps out a lot.
that's
The,
what I was
the
gonna
producer's
say.
version where you see how she missed her daughter growing up, and then she finds Newt, and you're like,
it makes more sense. Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
With we just had LV 426.
Yep.
And so I watched Aliens, and that scene's so important because she literally missed her daughter's entire life.
Yeah.
And so when she finds Newt, it's not like instant. Like if you don't have that scene, it just looks like, oh, she really likes kids. We realize, oh no, she missed out with her own daughter, and so Newt is this her second chance almost.
And she refused to let that shit happen again.
Yeah.
Like, because that was in her control. The other one wasn't in her control. This one, like, no, I got you. We good.
You mean she goes into the hive that literally took out 15 well-trained Marines, and all she goes is, all right, I'll put 2 guns together, a blowtorch, and just hope that I
Take
can
a whole fucking nest out. Fuck it.
Yeah. And that
I hope I
tells you
can
right
get
there.
back up.
You want to talk about the ultimate motherly instincts.
Yeah.
Her strapping everything together, going down the elevator, knowing what she's going into, and her only agenda is, I'm getting Newt. I'm fucking saving her.
But that's what's
I think
awesome
they used
about
that Silent Hill scene as a parallel to that of her descending the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think that they took that scene from
that makes
it,
sense. Yeah, because and then after that descent, when she goes back up, like you literally you get the ultimate mother to mother showdown.
Yep.
In Aliens, like, and I know again, I'm just saying it again because people are gonna be like, oh, it's an action movie. It's still Aliens. It's an action horror. It's definitely more action packed than the first one, but it's still horror.
Things are allowed to be more than one genre and still apply. I have another one that I want to mention later that I can do. So one that I think we should acknowledge is Coraline. And the
I was thinking about that, but that fucking mom at the Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah,
see how his reaction is? Good call.
What kind of a mother eats
fuck
children?
out, dude?
Yeah.
Like the first time I saw the movie, I had no idea about the story, and I watched it. I'm like, oh, this has a dreary. Let me check it out. It's kind of feeling it. And then with the end, when the eyes turn, I'm like, oh, fuck me. I had no idea, and I have not had an animated movie fuck with me that hard in a long time. That movie fucked me up, dude. It's so dirty and dingy and creepy. Like the fucking, even down to like the fucking trapeze artist, like candy bowl. Like that's, there's so many.
Not the dead dogs like stuffed on the wall.
That was gross too. I'm trying to say how creepy this movie was without being graphic because there's so much imagery in that movie that you don't need to see the obvious to be grossed out.
No, it's
for the kids movie,
For a kids movie.
That's what I'm saying.
For a kids movie.
But that's why I love it, is because it is a kids movie and it is one of those bridges into the horrific, because her being put into a mirror where 3 ghost children are because their eyes were stolen.
Yeah, dude.
Like that is a heavy duty moment because
so
where they're
hardcore.
talking about how, they gave in to the other mother because they were unhappy in their lives and because they felt like something was missing, and whether it was a real thing or whether it's the perceived child, why is this not happening for me right now? Why is it not about me? That sort of thing. We all had that.
And they're like, don't give in. Don't do
whatever reason you think you have, it's not what you're expecting.
Exactly, because all that mom wanted was your soul to put in the same spot.
Yeah.
That's all she wanted.
Plus, we get Keith as the voice of the cat.
Yeah.
And I just forgot his name. He's Mr. Bobinski.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
He's Odin.
Anthony Hopkins.
No.
You said Odin.
Yeah, in fucking American Gods.
American Gods.
Shane.
No.
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
Yeah.
Deadwood. Fucking Ian McShane.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, you said Odin. I was thinking MCU.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm like, no, that actually isn't right. But no, Ian
I was
McShane.
going Garrett
Babinski with his fucking rats and his cheese. So that movie's just dirty all around, dude.
The jumping mice.
It's the mice. It's got like this fucking. I don't know. It's got this weird like crust on it. The entire film, and yeah, once it gets down to the kids with the eyes X'd out, and then she goes half mad, and then once she goes full bore with the fucking legs and
the needle spider legs. Oh man. No, but I think the dinginess of it is on purpose because they've moved from Pontiac, Michigan to this rainy part of Oregon to, for her parents to garden. And all she wants to do is garden. Her parents hate fucking mud. And so when she goes into the other realm where the other mother is, it's lush, it's beautiful, it's crisp. Everything is vibrant. It's just not real. And so she has to make the decision, like at the end they're planting the tulips, which is finally the pop of color, because even the Pink Palace itself is dingy and worn. And so it's a further contrast to that allure. And I think for me that's one of the things that makes it so delightfully horrifying.
Yeah, and horror comes in many shapes and forms, and it really does, and that's the beauty of it, really. Yeah. And yeah, I remember thinking throughout that film, like how in the false reality, like the dad's just X'd, got the X over the eyes, and he's just like almost is like dummy moving, like he's not really there. He's just kind of like being moved along the thing, and you're like, that's fucking horrifying.
Well, everything in that universe except for her is a construct. And the cat.
The cat's name.
The cat is his own being. That's correct. But everything else is a construct. He's grown, like essentially grown from a pumpkin. As you see him, like when he's deteriorating. Yeah. Wybie is another stuffed doll. Like he blows his sawdust hand away as she starts destroying him.
Yeah, and he was even creepy in the real world, though.
He's awkward. He doesn't. So I don't think he interacts with people much.
No, he was awkward at first, but I think as it went along, I guess I expected that to change. But I feel like, I've seen a meme recently where it's like, the awkward person in the beginning that becomes the final person, whether it be final girl or final dude, whatever, just final person, does not mean they're still not awkward. It's not a character flaw. They're fucking awkward. It's it's whatever. They just were like, that's a fight or flight survival shit. There's nothing about being awkward. You can go through that and be fucking awkward at the end. You're like, fuck that. I survived that shit. I still don't like you.
Right.
I don't like people. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But like, it's not
a
about
flaw to be fixed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because there's times where I don't want to fucking be around anybody. I don't give a fuck. Like, I love talking about all kinds of shit. But there's times where I'm like, I don't fuck that. I want to like fucking binge watch some episodes of some shit and go to fucking sleep.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So, all right. There's tons more to talk about. I'm sorry we didn't touch everything, but that's how it goes across the GI network. We don't always get to everything. That doesn't mean there might not be a part 2 in the future. Maybe we can cover some more stuff, but right now, that is that's going to wrap it up for the best and worst mothers of horror. But that does not mean we're done. Before we get to the last little tidbit, we got to talk about our sponsors. We got Amazon.com. Go to GUIPodcast.com. Click on the links. Click on Amazon. It takes you to Amazon. You log in. You shop like normal. But because you did it through our link, we get a little bit of a kickback, and we fucking appreciate that shit. Hardcore. And the other one would be TeePublic. That is, again, GUIPodcast.com. Go to links. It is the second one. It's literally right next to the Amazon link.
Bam.
You click on TeePublic. It takes you to our merch store where we have all our designs. I don't even know the number of the amount we have, but you can get it on everything. Shirts,
I believe
hoodies.
the number is a fuck ton.
Fuck ton.
Yes.
Metric.
Yeah.
Fuck ton.
Yes.
Metric fuck ton. Shirts, hoodies, fucking onesies for your baby. Be careful which ones you get for that, though.
Yeah.
Notebooks, fucking
banners,
tote bags. I mean, whatever the fuck you, Hunter.
It's been a while, dude. Come
Hunter.
on. It's been a while. Yeah.
He's just trying to piss me off, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check out all the designs and all our merch at tpublic.com. And lastly, if you're on GeoPodcast.com, check out all the other shows under the network. We have something for everybody. There is a flavor for everybody. Please check that shit out. And now that that's done, it is time for
Stump the Host.
So, Stump the Host is a rapid-fire trivia segment where we ask the guests to bring some questions to basically fuck up Hunter and I. And Hunter is swinging his dick because he is in the lead by 4 right now.
Yep.
By 4.
Yeah, I think it might be the biggest gap.
It's the biggest gap. And I also fucked up last time because I just should have said Philip K. Dick.
You really did. You really did fuck up. You really
I really should have.
But
I really fucked up.
Right now it's
yeah. But anyway, the guest needs to stump us. It's, stump the host. It is what it is. And we'll see what Murph's got.
Now,
if they're bringing some
last time Murphy was on, I believe we got 0.
Yeah, we tied 0. So if they bring in the same fire, then
hopefully
maybe.
they'll be a little bit nicer to us this time.
I'd rather have 0 than nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He
He's just doesn't want to like not get anything. He wants to get further away from it.
I had to punish myself after the episode then.
Yeah. You just like flog yourself.
Yeah. Bad Hunter. Why did you know that?
All right.
This time I didn't have as much time to prepare because I was foolish and let my workday absorb all of my brain and then was just like, yay,
work.
friends.
Oh, work. Fucking work.
So you guys will probably get some of these.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Okay.
Then we get 0.
So, Murph, you decide who goes first.
Okay.
Ooh. I kind of like this like in the back
You've
end.
been getting
I always
the-
get to
you
go
been- yeah.
because I'm losing.
That is true.
No, it's because you gave me that little cherub face and I was like, fine.
Oh, is that how you get to be?
I didn't even try. You can't make a chair. No, that doesn't work for you.
Oh, that's not cherub face?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
You don't have this half black
Yeah, I
nose
know.
and cheeks.
I don't have the half black
calendar
nose.
No, or the cheeks.
I would be
You
kind of
know.
disturbed if I did have the half black nose with my parents. So.
Whatever, you don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been like a BBC, you know.
Not
thing.
everyone can be Lucky
What?
Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Huh?
Okay.
I mean, I'm a quarter hip hop. Does that count or no?
There will be a brief recession while one of us punches Hunter.
I'm sorry, folks. It's anyway.
Okay.
All right.
So we talked about Hereditary a bunch tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the entity that must possess the male?
Paimon.
Yes.
Nice.
You did it.
I did it.
Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. So not directly dealing with mothers, but we're talking about imagery.
Right.
So we're talking about when Leslie Vernon says the closet is sacred. Why is the closet sacred?
Ooh.
I'm really regretting the fact that I didn't finish watching that movie.
Oh, I did, but I have no fucking.
That's where he became the serial killer he is today. I have no idea.
Stephen?
I don't remember that shit. I don't.
Because it represents the womb. We're all in it.
Ah.
Fuck me.
And that's when she goes, so does that mean you're pro-life, Leslie? And he just stares at her.
Yeah. No, I remember that shit, but I haven't watched that movie in a long
I know.
time.
I need to
love
finish
I
that.
feel like that's one, Murph. I feel like it's one of your prominent, like,
I love that film.
newer
Yes,
horror
so
films.
much.
No, and it's a good film. I just feel like that's definitely one of your.
Oh, it
prominent.
corners the three of the things I love the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's horror, primarily slasher, mockumentary, and comedy.
Truth.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
my jams.
It does in spades with that.
Anyways, so I guess I shouldn't ask the follow-up question I had to that.
And that's for me.
Yeah,
You got it
you want the okay.
So I guess we can try. Wait,
I'll-
was that your number 3 or is there another one? Because
No, this will be number 3 if I ask
Okay,
this question.
okay.
So we're still talking about Leslie Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about the closet representing what represents the in that film. It is specific to that film, and I'll give you that.
doesn't that have something to do with the shed outside?
Sort of, but not quite.
Fuck me. That's rapid fire. I can't take too long on it. I want to say the farming shed that he has outside.
Not quite.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay, that's fine.
His weapon, God
Nope.
damn it.
It's
What?
the orchard.
God damn it.
Because it's her passage through the orchard that is supposed to make her reborn as a woman bent on hell.
At least I was close. At least I was close. Fuck
were.
me.
I have no idea.
You need to
Okay.
finish that fucking.
All right.
It's a good movie. It's fun.
Okay.
All right, so still 1-0. We've got 2 more questions. See how this goes. Yeah, because we each had. No, wait. That
Yeah,
was.
I
We have
guess
3
it's
more.
4.
We have
Yeah.
3 more.
Okay.
3 more.
This is
Sorry.
question number 4.
But I remembered.
Whatever, dude. You get all like, yeah,
Okay.
3 more questions.
You got
My bad.
one right now, dude.
I don't give a fuck. That's what's winning. I don't care.
Okay. So, we didn't talk about this film, but what well-known director assisted with Mama in the role of producer and advisor?
Was that Del Toro?
It was.
Yes.
No, it was. It was. That episode's coming out.
Stop getting upset.
That episode already came out. You know it was fucking Del Toro.
Dude, we've
Jesus
had questions
Look,
of
you
stuff that's
each
right
got-
in
I
the
know.
That's why
I
he's
know.
upset. Because now
Because
he can't
if-
doesn't have the lead.
No, but see, the question I answered, I actually had to know. We just literally talked about it, and it's releasing this
I
week.
could have bad memory.
You motherfucker.
That was over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but fuck you. Fuck you. That pisses me off.
He was
Look,
so banking on winning by
Y'all
1.
got answers today, so I've broken my streak, okay? So I should
That's
be
true.
the one upset.
That is true.
All right.
So we're tied right now.
5.
Fuck me.
No, question number 5.
Okay. I'm going to skip one of these because the other 2 are more in theme and I like themes. So, in the film The Witch, What was happening to the mother when she imagined she was feeding her child?
A crow was eating her nipple.
Yep.
God damn it. God. I was like, nipple.
That scene fucking was hard, dude.
It was.
Yeah.
That shit is like imprinted. I'm like, you're literally your nipples
Yep.
eating, it's going away.
I still like that the dad died by being buried by irony.
I know how sensitive
so.
my nipples are, and I know how sensitive my wife's nipples are. Like if they were getting eaten, I feel like you would notice.
Yeah.
That's the
But also,
Most
fuck that
people,
mom.
yeah.
Fucking hated
that
her.
movie. We forgot to mention Shitty Mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that.
She's a shitty mom. Anyway.
Anyways. Okay, so another film we didn't talk.
Uh-oh.
What is the film that heavily talks about starring?
Oh, god damn it. I
Could've
can literally tell you who stars it with because he's the fucking Flash in the Justice League movies. And I'm...
Oh.
God, it's gonna fucking... you know what?
Perks being a wallflower.
No.
No.
Oh, fuck me. I already answered. I can't answer it again. Oh, fuck.
We have to talk about Kevin.
Yeah.
Sorry, because he was.
But am I
said
wrong?
Flash.
That's star Ezra Miller in it, right?
Yes.
No,
yes,
it is Ezra Miller,
Yeah,
but
so
I
I can
was.
tell you who started it.
immediately
Just can't tell you the
of-
fucking
I
title.
immediately thought of, but then Tilda Swinton should throw me off because she wasn't in Percy. Fuck. Okay, so. Yeah,
You won that. Yeah.
I won that one.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
No
I-
I
tiebreakers.
won the one off the witch, which is kind of awesome because we got.
You won off of crow eating nipple. I want you to think
Yeah,
about that. All
I
right.
do.
You
Well,
won
no,
by
when
nipple.
I think of the witch. I think of the main actress with her booty out walking into the woods because she is fine as hell.
But also,
But
that was
you won by
definitely a
nipple.
good for you, girl, kind of moment. Like,
No, it was.
I'm so happy
Like-
for her.
Like, all right.
that was so much better than her
Like,
shitty ass
the
family.
whole sensual scene with Black
Phillip.
Phillip. I'm like, all right, starting to get a little hot in here, and then like all of a sudden she's like, oh no, I'm in this shit, and
Yeah.
like she was, like I'm sorry, like when it comes to like Satan and like women, I'm like the orgasms have to be amazing. I just feel like they have to be amazing.
There has to be some lore.
like right.
There's got to be a payoff.
It can't be
somewhere.
It can't be all bullshit. Like, sorry.
I mean,
But like that's what made me like really start to follow her was not just the naked part, but the portrayal in Witch with like and like Split and Glass and the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, I
Like,
need to
she
see that.
is dude.
she's a great
You
actress.
need to watch the Queen's Gambit. She fucking kills it in that, dude.
Yeah.
100% badass. That fucking show is awesome.
I'm really glad I didn't have to ask the stupid ass question.
You want to ask it now? We can.
Yeah, sure.
So whoever answers it first, it doesn't matter. 'cause
You've
I still
already
win
won
by-
this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we can still do it for funsies. What do we
Yeah.
got?
It's not related at all. What musical artist was the quote unquote star of Rock and Roll Nightmare?
Gene Simmons.
That's Trick or Treat.
Oh god damn it.
And he's not a star. He's
He's just a
DJ.
thing. Ozzy would be the star probably because he's a
Meatloaf.
bigger than. No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Thor.
Oh.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It's just weird, super muscular chested. It was not a good movie.
Oh, okay.
It's Riff Tracks covered it. If that gives you an
all
idea.
right. That's
all
what's
right.
up.
All right.
Yeah, if
well,
you're looking for cheesy heavy metal horror, stick with Trick or Treat and Black Roses.
Black
And
Roses is good.
Deathgasm, of course, but that's not
Yeah,
cheesy.
Deathgasm is a whole other level of.
Yes.
Yeah. Look for that in the future.
A Deathgasm.
I haven't. We haven't done the musical horror episode.
Ah,
So,
yes.
ah.
I'm just gonna stare through you and will you to let me do this.
I love it. Thank you, Murph, for being on. You are always, as every episode you've been on, bring your own wealth of knowledge to. Because there's a couple things I'm like,
Yeah.
because it's humbling because there's times where you think like, I've seen everything. Oh, wait a minute, the fuck? Okay, or there's just an agreement because you were on point before I got to it. Or Hunter and I got to it. Like there was like it happened twice where you're like, oh, I want to bring up. Fuck yes! I thought I would be the only one bringing that shit up, and I love
just
that
like-
shit.
I just love high five moments.
Yeah,
And we had so many.
I think we had 2
Yeah.
on this episode
Yes.
at a minimum.
Yes.
2 high five moments, and that's amazing because same page, same level.
Great
I love that
minds.
shit. Great minds think alike.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize in advance for the next time we get to talk about mothers because then we're going to get into the mother as witch trope because then we get to talk about motherfucking Argento.
We got plans for that. We haven't talked about that, but we got some plans with some Giallo. I don't know.
I can't.
I've seen too much of it. I don't even give a fuck how it sounds. I love that shit.
Giallo.
Giallo. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Italian. Giallo. So yeah.
I look forward to hearing that.
Thank you for being on this episode. Awesome info brought, as always, bringing the fire. And listeners, thank you so much for checking us out. Again, go to GIPodcast.com. Check out all the other podcasts under the network. And I mentioned earlier in the episode, hashtag HorrorPodFam. You search that on Instagram, you'll see tons of other horror podcasts. If you don't know them, check them out, because it's all about love, and listen to everybody's own interpretation and story about things, right? You can't be greedy about that shit, man. Everybody's got their own way of spinning it. So, and until we talk to you again, stay safe.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here, that's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.